homeowners in northeastern Connecticut are keeping a very close watch on what happens with the GOP tax reform bill.
If that bill passes, thousands with crumbling foundations will lose out on the write-offs they were expecting. News 8 investigator George Colley is live in News 8 Control with the latest on this. George.
Well, good evening. If Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell can get this tax reform bill passed, it could mean tens of thousands of dollars not being returned to the potentially thousands of homeowners in northeast Connecticut that will need to replace their crumbling foundation. We told you yesterday about the warning by Senators Richard Blumenthal and Chris Murphy. The tax bill as written eliminates the casualty loss tax deduction for the homeowners. That was just announced last week by Joe Courtney and John Larson. The bill would take that federal tax write-off away for people that need to replace their foundation in the future. However, it's very important to note it should not impact anyone who's already had their basement walls replaced. Those homeowners can still file for the tax break in this year's filing. Congressman Joe Courtney tells me he is seeking more detailed answers from the National Tax Advocate in the event that this bill passes. Senators Blumenthal and Murphy put forward an amendment that would keep those casualty loss deductions in place, but even Senator Murphy himself tells me that it's unlikely the Republican-controlled Senate will go along with it.
I don't expect that any Republicans will support it. They are likely going to vote against every single Democratic amendment, and that's really bad news for homeowners in Connecticut who have crumbling foundations.
And we are continuing to monitor the procedures on the Senate floor. The vote could come later tonight, but the text of the bill has still not been released. George Colley, News 8.